My two Satoshis, this is my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis, yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of my two Satoshis. Yes, I did it. Crypto Diamond strikes again. I told you guys Bitcoin was gonna shoot to the moon. The pressure was building, and it happened. And we're not done. I'm telling you, you better listen to Crypto Diamonds, aka Crypto Blood, but we're gonna get into all that in a second. I gotta give a shout out first to my man Wired Sparks for the song request. We've got one called Aza Neri No Guidance Remix. Never heard this one before. Must be an independent underground artist. He's always put me up on the new stuff, but thank you for the song request, Wired Sparks. What's good, people? Welcome to another episode, and welcome to a new era in Bitcoin. We'll talk about why shortly. A lot of things going on. I put a tweet out earlier today that just poked a little bit of fun at the gold people. We are on the same team. Someone responded, hey, why do all the crypto people always poke fun at or jab at the precious metals people? It's really, for the last few years, been the other way around. I'm not jabbing, poking fun at the precious metals people. I think that's good to have. But ultimately, why are you holding gold? Is to basically protect yourself against the dying dollar, the inflation, right? The deflation of the value of that dollar. Why not do it in something that's going to give you hundreds of times more value for those dollars? Bitcoin. I'm telling you, we're just getting started. I put a tweet out earlier saying gold who, gold what, gold when, and gold where. It was just a little fun. Nothing major here. I mean, like I said, I think the gold bugs and the crypto bugs are all on the same side, but unfortunately one is going to outshine, or has been outshining, I should say, the other by leaps and bounds, and it will continue to do that. But we're going to talk about Bitcoin's new era that we've entered, taking out that $20,000 previous 2017, late 17 all-time high. What does that mean? It means something. The market pricing of an asset tells us something collectively about what the world thinks about that asset, right? Or that whatever it is, whatever the price is, that you can extract some value, some interpretation from that price of an asset. So we'll talk about that today. And to piggyback off of that, my main man, Matty Greenspan, he's been on my channel many times on a live stream with me, off the chain live stream a couple of times, I think, as well. And I'm going to get him on again. Matty is quoted saying that Bitcoin is just getting started. We carry some of the same opinions. He's a very good technical analysis type of guy when it comes to Bitcoin. He's been pretty accurate. He left eToro and founded Quantum Economics, and we'll go over what he's talking about in regards to Bitcoin and this rally and how he thinks it's just getting started. I do too. Also, we're going to take a look at major news for Coinbase IPO coming soon. We knew this was going to happen. They got to sell out at some point because they have all those private equity guys, all those VC funds. They need an exit. When a VC invests in you, they want an exit, whether an acquisition or a straight IPO. IPO is preferable, but not many make it that far, right? So we'll talk about the court filings that Coinbase just submitted to the SEC that kind of lets us know that an IPO is around the corner. We'll talk about that today. And lastly, this is a reason. This is a reason, not just because I'm clicked up with the EOS Detroit team. Those are my guys for sure. But this is another reason why I think EOS is a sleeping giant. I don't know any other organization in the crypto game that has more Bitcoin. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Ethereum Foundation does. I don't think no one else holds this much Bitcoin as Block.One. And they are going to do something with this Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at this tweet that Brendan Blummer put out, CEO of Block.One. He put out a tweet about how much Bitcoin they have. We'll talk about that. No, it's not what you thought they had. We'll get into the details on that tweet as well. All that coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. If you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. Let's take a look at that heat map. Wow, look at Bitcoin up 8% today. It's rallied. If you want to count like from the dip we had, the first attempt to take out the all-time highs, which was a dip down to like 17,000, somewhere around there, right? Remember that? If you want to say November 27th, around there, 16,000 and a half, something like that. We've gone up in just that short time, less than, I would say, a month. Less than a month, we've gone up almost 50%, somewhere around there, maybe 40 something percent, 50% in Bitcoin. I'm just gonna go ahead and over exaggerate it. 50% in less than 30 days. We have entered a new era, ladies and gentlemen, in Bitcoin. But today it is up 8%. It's trading at 22,997 bucks. We got Ethereum up 2.3%. That's not showing the entire picture because it has been rallying as well. Litecoin up 11% above that $100 handle. How many held on? I don't know. It went through some rough times, but I know they are definitely happy over there in the Litecoin family. Dogecoin doing well today as well. Pretty much all your majors are doing pretty good today. EOS is almost unch right now. I saw on some exchanges it had a nice little flash crash. I don't know what's happening or what happened with that, why that occurred. It may have correlated with how they're changing the REX or resource market in EOS. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Some major changes possibly coming down the pike. So we'll talk about that on another date. But overall, pretty green day. And if I get back over to my chart on Dudex, where we're trading my algorithm, automated trading, I'll talk about that in a second. But all I want to do right now really quickly is extend out these trend lines. We just need to update some of these trend lines. That's all you have to do in this case, man. I'm telling you, technical analysis is really a simple game. So I'm going to extend this outward to here. I'm going to extend this one outward to here, and I'll extend this one outward as well to here. That's what we have as far as levels of resistance or support, I should say, for Bitcoin going forward. So I can see at some point us running up against the backside of this trend line that I have drawn here. It's a steep one, but we've made a steep move up, so I can see us possibly hitting the backside of that around. I can see us possibly running into that area of resistance around 25,000. 25,500 roughly can be an area of the next bounce or stopping point, right? And then we have to the downside possibly some area of support right here. So this can be anywhere from where we are now at 21,000, could be a move down if we turn back down today, or if we extend this rally higher, then that trend line moves up. So that can range between 21,000 and all the way up to 22,000, almost 23,000. All right. And then lastly, we have this red one, which I don't think we're going to touch anytime soon, just being honest with you. That I'm not even going to extend outward. But that's where we are with things. I can actually forgot to extend one other one. And look at that. If I extend that outward, guess what? We pretty much hit the backside of that trend line. That's where the action occurred there. If I would have drawn that or extended that trend line outward before this rally up, we would have seen that. We did take some profit anyhow up in this area on our algo. We only have half our position left, but boy, was that a nice move up. Trades on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you were manually trading on Chainlink as well, we had a go long signal on that pair as well. And if we take a look at the algo where we went long, this was a few days ago on December 13th, we went long on Bitcoin. Look at that. We went long at 19,225, and look where we are today. Fully in the money here, people, up 20%, and that's on leverage, 20x leverage. So whatever you got leverage, that's 20x that percentage. So looking good for those who are in the trading group with me. If you want to join, definitely hit the link below. Sign up with that link on dudex.com, and then send me an email at algo@cryptoblood.io for more instructions on how to set up that free month of automated trading services with my algorithm that I've developed myself. Also have one for Ethereum, and we're still long on Ethereum as well. As you guys can see, we went long on December 13th, just like Bitcoin, 582 bucks. So looking good there as well. And then Chainlink, we are looking nice on that one. Went long on December 16th and a couple days ago, and we're up on that one as well. Well, we were way up higher earlier today, but we had a slam down when all the rest of the market was taken down with it. But overall, guys, looking good. I'm very confident in where we are with Bitcoin. This has signaled yet more confidence, right? People vote with their money, and the market is voting with their money on Bitcoin, not gold, not silver. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to rag on y'all, but it is what it is. It's been that way for the last 7 years since I've been in it. It's like, it's no comparison, right? So this is the game to be in, and we are just getting started. As my man Matty Greenspan says, and this is out of Cointelegraph, Bitcoin rally is just getting started. He said there is a distinct possibility that we may see some days of 250% gains or even more in one day, he's saying. In a newsletter released today, Quantum Economics founder said that Bitcoin's recent rally past 23,000, a gain of roughly 29% in a week, didn't necessarily mean the market was overheating and heading for a crash like the one in December of 2017. No, let me just stop there and say something. No, we're not going to see a correction like we saw in December of 2017, because we literally just took out the all-time high. So like when you take out the all-time high, that starts the clock over, right? That's like us taking out the all-time high back in well, maybe it was 2015 or 16 when we took out the all-time high. At that point was the price of $1,000 roughly. When we had the Mt. Gox crash, that was the level that we kind of used as the marker. Like, okay, we got to get back above $1,000 or $1,200, somewhere around there. Depends on what exchange. But that was the marker. So if you look back then, when we took out that $1,000 Bitcoin, $1,200 Bitcoin, that was the start of a new era, a new cycle. We're starting a new cycle in Bitcoin. Think of it that way. So taking out 20K just starts the clock over. And now we're going to really see the move up and the move go higher, in my opinion. So back to the article, it talks about, Matty said in his newsletter that should demand continue to pick up from these levels and supply continue to constrain, there is a distinct possibility that we can see 250% gains or even more in one day. Greenspan said there isn't anyone on the planet who might be able to predict when Bitcoin price will turn bearish, if ever, but the price could be any number between $23,000 and $1 million per coin. He also didn't rule out the Guggenheim partners Scott Miner's claim that the crypto asset should be worth about $400,000. We have to go back to stock to flow. Now that stock to flow isn't looking too bad, right? $250,000 Bitcoin in the next year or two. It's not out of the realm of possibility, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. Other figures in the crypto space like Binance.US CEO also sees the current Bitcoin run as evidence of sustained growth. I'm with Matty on this one. We'll have him on soon. I know he's pretty busy right now, but we'll definitely get him back on the live stream to talk Bitcoin. Very smart guy in the space. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think this is just getting started? Easier for you to say now since we're seeing it getting started, but would definitely still like to hear what you have to say about that. Next, Coinbase IPO coming soon. According to an SEC filing, Coinbase has sent draft registrations to the SEC, leaving a future IPO in the commission's court. On Thursday, Coinbase announced, guys, that the firm had sent its draft registration for a public offering to the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company wrote that the S-1 form is expected to become effective after the SEC completes its review process, subject to market and other conditions. Per its last valuation, Coinbase was worth around $8 billion, but that was in 2018. As it stands, the firm is one of the biggest names in crypto and has a reputation for working well with the U.S. regulators and snitching on anyone they need to. I'm sorry, I added that part in there. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Two factors that have long put Coinbase as one of the front runners in the race for crypto's major IPO. However, that's one in question is confidential for the time being, so information is limited to Coinbase's very brief announcement of the matter. And then lastly, we've got the tweet that I wanted to talk about, B1, and that is Block.One. Okay, the creators of EOS.io, the initial creators of it. They launched it, let the community start to build it. Some people have issues with how they're handling that whole rollout as far as their hands in this space. But let's take a look at what Brendan Blummer said, and this was actually earlier today. He said B1 is building products designed to leverage our Bitcoin as more than just a store of value, and we have accumulated well beyond our previously announced 140,000 Bitcoin position. We are in an internal testing and alpha stage right now. Hashtag EOS, hashtag EOSIO. So just to let you guys know, that's a roughly at today's prices, we're talking about $3.2 billion in Bitcoin alone. They raised $4 billion in the ICO. Just me throwing something out there, I would say that Block.One probably has a war chest of around 5 to 6, maybe even $7 billion to do something with. All right, that's not, and they've already gotten the SEC out the way, so they're free and clear. They're going to be able to move and do things, of course, within the guidelines of regulation, but that, at least that's out the way. Unlike XRP, to me, that's still one of those tailwinds that I think one day is going to smack everyone and hit them by surprise. And you want holding that XRP token. Crypto Diamonds is saying it right here, right now. You know how I am with those predictions. But anyway, the market isn't accounting for the type of war chest that Block.One has and what they can do with that in the EOS community, in the ecosystem surrounding EOSIO. There are various blockchains that utilize EOSIO. They're not all run on, it's not all EOS, right? So think of it that way. I think, the price of the token is highly misunderstood, or I should say the value of the token is highly misunderstood. So there's a discount right now in the token and the price of EOS. I would say a very good buy at this point. Not telling you to buy, I'm just stating what I think is obvious. So what do you guys think? How much war chest, how much cash does EOS have? You got a lot of people that feel very differently about this. It's a very split subject, right? A lot of people say they could be doing more. They think that the price of EOS is trash. It's not going anywhere. Let us know in the comments below. Some people say that this doesn't mean anything good for EOS and B1. I don't know. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I'm going to give you guys a little secret. I talk about this all the time, but maybe some of you missed this or you're new to the channel. This is the site I use to really get a good valuation on the tokens that I invest in. So we got EOS. You want to look at the actual blocktivity, the activity of that blockchain, not how much the price is. That's speculative, but the actual utility part of it, EOS is still #1 by a long shot with 58.8 million operations in a 24-hour time frame. That's compared to, if you want to look at Bitcoin, 785,000 operations in a 24-hour period and 300,000 transactions in a 24-hour period. So that kind of gives you an understanding. Take a look at Ethereum. I know they're moving to Ethereum 2.0. That, though, phase 1, phase 2 are years out. So we got to go off what we have right now. 1.2 million transactions in a 24-hour time frame and 1.2 million operations in a 24-hour time frame, or I should say activity wise. Big difference there. Some of these other coins are in my top holdings. EOS, Telos, still have a lot of Telos. HBAR, I have HBAR. They're not going anywhere right now either. Not a lot of activity on the upside for HBAR. Look at these, so again, you want to, right now is going to be more so on the speculative side of things, not on the utility, but at some point as the market matures and there's actually a better valuation placed on a lot of these products and assets and projects, I should say, you'll see a shift at some point. Doesn't mean that EOS will be at that top ranking when that shift occurs. Who knows? But I use this as a barometer. We'll see what happens. Let me know, what do you think they're going to do with all this Bitcoin? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think it's going to bring more devs to the EOS ecosystem? Let me know in the comments below. That's pretty much it for today. I got to give another shout out to my man Wire Sparks, though, for the song request, Aza Nairi, the remix. And if you found this video informative, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here, people. Holla!